Welcome to my new Going Medieval series, East Avon. The story will be based around a Scottish folk song called Johnny O'Bradislee. In the song that you can find on YouTube, Johnny poaches on Crown land, fights the king's men, and then dies from his wounds. We'll be telling the story a bit differently. We will be playing hard difficulty in a custom scenario that I made. Johnny will start with twa grey dugs, an excellent hunting bow and some rations. He'll be a fast mover who likes animal handling, archery and can build, but he'll need a community of people joining him to be able to accomplish long-term survival. He'll be occupying a large hillside land in the contested territory near Ben Avon, which he calls East Avon. Johnny loves the simple hunter's life, but he has come to realise that in order to keep that life, he'll need a community of good people to help him stave off thieves, scoundrels, and politics. As always, when I first start, I unforbid all sticks, rocks, and deceased animals on the map so that Johnny and his dogs can grab them. Then I'll need to quickly build a home and a stronghold. This small embankment looks good for giving us early defences and a root cellar quickly. I'll set some trees to be chopped for building material. Now we'll begin planning out our small homestead. I'll set a stockpile here so we can move our supply of food and wine over. I'll set another stockpile for wood, stone, clay and other non-perishable materials here. I should have Johnny equip his fine longbow and then haul the food and wine over to where we plan to build. I also need to set up job priorities. The numbers represent a hierarchy, with 1 being do this first and 5 being do this last. A blank means that Johnny won't do that job. For now, I want Johnny to prioritise building and then cooking. He is not a farmer, and we can only hope a green-thumbed wanderer will join us. I'll now plan out the shape of our new home. We do not have the research or much capacity to do research to learn more advanced architecture, but we will plan for the future. Very basic, but as one man alone, we must work incrementally. I will eventually use this embankment as a heightened defensive position and below as a root cellar for food preservation. The dogs will now haul for us, allowing Johnny to focus on all the other tasks he has to do. We'll need a campfire to cook, a research bench to learn new technology, and a butchering table to process game into meat. We'll add some wooden flooring as well. Now that we have wood, Johnny can begin to build. In the future, I plan to build a castle here with a moat diverted from the nearby river. That will be much further in the future and in a later episode. If we can survive that long. I set up a stockpile for animal carcasses so the dogs will then go and pick up any deceased game in the area. I adjust the main stockpile not to store stuff that I don't want, like tree saplings. It looks like the dogs are bringing us rats. I should set up the campfire to cook some meals. We will likely need only 20 or so. Next, I'll need to think about defence, as the attacks will be difficult on hard setting. I'll build a watchtower on this small hill next to us, and I'll build a stairway up onto the hill from inside our base. Hopefully, this is enough defences for now. Looks like the dogs are bringing us some more appetising game now. I can build a root cellar for food storage early if I use this hill next to us. It's now getting late and I have Johnny harvest some hay to make himself a sleeping spot. He now has a bed, but we could do with a roof. It doesn't look like much just now, but we will get there. The hill will provide thermal insulation for us, while the below ground will provide some coolness. Another day quickly passes, and I schedule more trees to be cut for construction material. Johnny certainly has his work cut out for himself. A new feature added to the game since my last series is Urgent Haul. I can manually flag items that I want to be priority hauled. This is very helpful in allowing me to get the dogs to bring the wood to Johnny. We now have a basic structure and some basic defences. It's late, but I should really schedule some recreation for Johnny. The only game is backgammon, and we will need a place of worship too. When I made Johnny, I made him a fanatical oak brethren. When a merchant arrived in East Avon, Johnny sold his spare tree saplings to buy some cabbage seeds. If only Johnny knew how to farm. Johnny finished his other tasks and was able to begin research. He was not the most intellectual of men, but he was diligent enough to keep at it. The underground cellar was successfully close to refrigeration temperatures. I created storage spots for cooked meals, carcasses, meat, veg, and for seeds. Another rainy day in Caledonia. After the rain stopped, I planned out some stick spike traps. Unfortunately, Johnny does not quite have the construction skill to be able to construct them just yet. Placing a pyre in this crater will also divert enemies to going down there to destroy it, as well as offering us a place to burn fallen enemies. A second campfire here will also help to act as a distraction for attacking groups. Then it's back to research for Johnny. I decide to extend out this area here to make the place bigger. It shouldn't affect the thermal insulation for the underground cellar. At last, we can now learn architecture, which allows us to build support beams. We can now finish off the ceiling and what will be the second floor. We'll need some wood, so it's back to chopping trees for Johnny. Suddenly, we have a guest. It's Wigulf. Could this be the same legendary Wigulf of Edinburgh? Given his age, probably not. He has escaped the river bandits and is asking us to hide him here. He has passion in botany, and we do need help around the homestead, so of course we welcome him. As always, we will set his job priorities. It seems he is skilled and very passionate in smithing too. That will be useful in the future. My managed settings are simple for now. They are set to eat meals and drink all alcohol but rough wine. If you have seen the Edinburgh series, you'll be familiar with these custom settings, but I'll cover them again in the future when the managed settings are more important. Wigulf can now do the chopping while Johnny builds. It's late and Wigulf will need a bed. Without a roof, Wigulf can't sleep there though. Looks like he'll be on the floor tonight. The next morning I notice Wigulf is somnolent, meaning he needs more sleep. I schedule his sleep to have an extra hour. His other traits are that he is wise and a bloodlust. After chopping trees, Wigulf was now doing the research. They made a good team together and productivity was greatly improved. I extend Johnny's bedroom a bit as it's currently awful and giving him a negative mood. Are they walking up the waterfall? I guess we will be learning the water mechanics as we go through this series. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to use water to our advantage. With Wigulf joining us, it's now a good time to set up some farming. It's just cabbage for now and herbs for when Wigulf has the skill to sow them. There is also an imminent attack in 6 hours from the river bandits who want to take Wigulf off us. Of course, the bold Johnny O'Bradysley won't be allowing that to happen. Four marauders and an archer. Wigulf has no weapon, and so Johnny will have to deal with these degenerates alone. Johnny managed to turn the tables on them. Our defences worked, but the attacks would only get stronger as the wealth of East Avon grew. So we got back to work. We will need lots of wood to build the second floor. We also need to keep our food supplies stocked and prepared for the coming winter. Fishing is a new mechanic and is classed as an animal handling job, meaning Johnny is skilled and passionate about it, but there are more important tasks to do as well. To help mood and not live like savages, we construct a dining table and some stools. This should help morale and happiness. Before we build the second floor, it might be more sensible to fortify our home first, giving us 2 layers of defence. We can use the landscape to our advantage. Stairs are faster to traverse than ladders. The merlins provide cover and protection from incoming arrows. I will also extend the ceiling here, which will allow us a doorway onto the 4 walls and rain coverage for wood stores below. Wood will decay in the rain and on exposed ground. The rain will particularly accelerate wood decay. The workload is so large that Johnny and Wigulf pray for the spirit to complete it, and for the trees they fell to protect them. It looks like we have a new pup called Buttercup. Fenrir and Bidoof have began the next generation. Research is moving along at a snail's pace due to all the other work, but we're close to learning wooden weapons and getting Wigulf a shortbow. The fortifications are almost done. It's now officially summer. The fortifications are done. Outstanding work by the duo. We can now learn wooden weapons. Wigulf has some carpentry skill, so we'll have him craft his own bow. With this and the fortifications, we now have good security for the time being. As always, I set up low quality or poor condition weapons to be scrapped for their material, freeing up storage space and giving us back a little bit of wood. Along with everything else we needed to do, we also needed food. Hunting was Johnny's thing. Wigulf and Johnny soon became friends. The wooden tower is going to be too close to the second floor, so I'm going to knock it down. I'll build a better tower in its place using limestone cobble. We'll need some limestone, and neither Johnny or Wigulf are good miners. Now that Johnny has construction level 15, we can build stick traps. We will want to rethink our placements with the now added fort in place. I add a door here to prevent enemy access in the event of a first wall breach. The mining is taking a long time, and it looks like we have tons of wood stored, so I decide to focus on building the second floor for now, as our defences are already quite reliable. Just as we need the extra help, Gwenhevare joins us. Gwen can farm, mine and tailor, making her an asset to us. We are very glad to welcome the young lady to our community. Her being a cannibal was a little bit troubling though. In East Avon, we eat venison, boar and maybe even a little rat meat when we have to, but we don't eat people. Gwen will have to adhere to that, and I'm sure she will. Gwen can mine for us, but she will need to heal her wounds first, and she is a slow healer. It looks like Johnny will have to go save her. With more people comes the need for more food. Johnny and Wigulf are on hunting duty for the day. I set some wood to be stockpiled on the second floor to make Johnny's building job a little bit easier. It looks like the cabbage has gone to flowering too, which is fine, as we'll get extra seeds from it. I have Gwen occasionally research while she is still healing. This allows us to learn furniture and be able to build actual beds in our upcoming bedrooms. We can also build bookcases to store the research books that we create while researching. As well as weapon storage. The next day I have Gwen do some mining so we can try and finish off the cobbled tower. I have Wigulf collect some hay for the new beds. And Johnny builds. The food stores are looking good, but the wood stores are starting to disappear. Just as we finish the build, a loud merchant barges into East Avon. We trade flimsy clothes and tree saplings for some beet seeds. For a short while, we celebrate our successes. We all have our own bedroom now, and East Avon is off to a great start. Thanks for watching this extra long first episode. I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.